This week on the Chamaa Show, we're still in the land of fish, Kisumu Dala.
Vipi watu wangu, mko vipi? Huyu ni Steve hapa. This is the Chamaa Show and today nawapeleka moja kwa moja hadi Kisumu City. Hapa ni Kondele. Na nimekuja kwa watu wanajiita Giant. Jina fulani hapo wataelezea. This is one episode ambayo chama yetu leo tunaangazia watu ambao wameshikana. Their chama is neither here nor there. Kuna panda shuka and we shall be having an expert to guide us, watuambie hii chama inaanzaje, inaenda fiti ama kuna mahali utarekebisha. We shall be having an interesting time.
And this time, Steve has brought a friend.
My name is Lizia Nauma Onyango. I'm a social development expert that is keen on working with Chamas to improve their livelihoods. Currently, I'm working for Shark Dwellers International Kenya that supports the Federation of the Urban Poor, known as Muungano na Vijiji.
Chamas, the heartbeat of our communities, the engine of collective growth. But behind the success stories lies a difficult truth. Many Chamas never live to see their full potential. Records show that most don't survive beyond 3 years of their formation.
Today's show is very important to us because we find that most Chamas collapse after 3 years, so which means the lifeline of most of the Chamas are 3 years, which should not be the case because we can see the potential that Chamas have. We have boda Chamas who've built apartments. We have youth groups that have constructed supermarkets. They've co-guaranteed each other to help all of them get even motorbikes as a source of livelihood. So it's very painful to see that after 3 years, a group or a chama that you knew very well is collapsing. So that's why we are very keen to see you guys watch this show. We learn together and correct each other's, learn, relearn, and unlearn some of the practices that we are used to help our chamas grow past 3 years. Because most of the time, the problem with the chamas is the financial issues and also comes in the governance issues.
And that's why we've given Steve a new mission to help one group, the Giant Chama.
Namna gani?
Niko poa.
Finally tumeingia sisi. Hebu salimia watu na lugha nyumbani.
Beru bwana.
Beru bwana. Same.
Berainya.
Uko fiti?
Niko poa.
Ndio sisi tumeingia, tuambie jina alafu to take us through. Chama ni gani?
Mimi ni Victor Juang kutoka Kondele. Group inajiita Giants Engagement Youth Group. Yeah, the group was started in 2021 during the corona period and we know the challenges that were there. So the financial status of the members ilikuwa chini kidogo. But from there, we've tried and brought more members on board. Kitambo tulikuwa 10 members, but sasa tuko 16. So there's a bit of improvement na savings pia tunatoa tukipea members. Yes.
Niambie about numbers. Mko wanaume wengi ama ladies ndio wengi?
Kwa kundi yetu ladies ndio wengi. Tuko na 13 ladies na 3 gents.
Why is it that way? Hiyo number iko hivyo kwa nini?
So when we were doing the mobilization of the group, hivyo ndo tulijipata. Tuko hivyo wanawake wengi na vijana 3.
Msikiangi, kwani ladies wamesema msiongezeke ama mko comfortable hivyo ama mtakuwa tukirudi tena mtakuwa ndume ndio mingi pale?
Looking forward maybe next year we shall have a number of men joining. Yes.
All right.
We look forward to have like 10 men.
Starting a chama, the first thing that you need to focus on is getting the right people for your chama and getting the right numbers to your chama. This is important because when you have people that you have shared vision with, the growth of the chama will become easy and also sustainability will be easy because you have people who are sharing a vision and they have a dream or to achieve together, other than people with divergent views, because when you have divergent views, you don't have a common meeting point. And when you don't have that common meeting point, it becomes very difficult to bring all these different views, ideas together. So when you have a shared vision, it becomes easy because now everyone is on board and they know this is the direction and this is the goal and the objective of that chama.
Membership is the backbone of any chama. Most groups begin as friends, but many overlook the very principles that should bind them together: their saving structure, their purpose, and their end goal. Once leadership, vision, and elections are in order, the real test begins: savings.
And now I meet the treasurer ya hawa Giants. Unajua hii ni ile ofisi unasikiaga pesa. Money is the start or the root of all evil. Tusikie alichaguliwa aje na mbona ni yeye yako hapo na wanapitia changamoto gani and where they are so far in terms of pesa yao na savings. How are you?
I'm fine. Nice to meet you.
Watu wakiweka mapisi huku umeamua mwenyewe ka nywele ndio time mingi uende kwa chama.
Sasa hivi unajua hiyo pesa nikiingia kwa chama, mambo ya kusonga hiyo naona kama kula pesa yangu mingi na nafaa ni invest kwa chama.
Bas, tuambie jina yako alafu take me through. Naona umenishikia pesa hapa. Naona kama hata leo juu nimechelewa kidogo utanipiga fine. Niko ready.
Nitakupiga ile noma.
Please.
Okay, kwa majina naitwa Lilian Akinyi from Giant Engagement Youth Group. Mimi ndio treasurer. So, kwa hii group yetu ya Giants, kwa tuna collect pesa ambapo tunafanya weekly payments. Tunaandika shares from minimum of 100 to 500 weekly. Alafu pia tuko na loan repaid. For example, ukipewa 10,000 unapewa na utapewa interest of 10% ambapo utaongeza na 1,000 so that utarudisha 11,000.
Ngoja tuseme mmekutana kama leo mmechanga hii pesa yote. So unapeleka kwa banka ama mnasema hiyo siku ndio mnakata mkienda?
Hiyo pesa siku tumetoa hiyo siku, kama kwa mfano hiyo siku tumemeet hiyo Monday, tuna meet weekly on Monday. So hiyo pesa kama kuna mtu anataka loan, tutapeana loan. Na kama hakuna mtu anataka loan, tunapeleka hiyo pesa kwa banka.
Na kama wako watu watano wanataka loan ama mnafanya balloting mwenye anashinda ndiye anapatia loan?
No. Sisi kwa hiki kundi yetu ni watu wale wenye tunataka kila mtu at least afanye nini? Ajisaidike. So kwa hiyo pesa yenye tumetoka, tulishaelewana mpaka iko kwa katiba. Tutagawa. Hiyo pesa yenye imetoka tunagawa among members wote. So at least kila mtu afanye nini? Apate. Isiende eti mwingine amekosa na mwingine amepata. Juu kila mtu ako pesa nyingine amepatikana na hiyo shida. Sasa hatuwezi favor mtu mmoja. Tutagawa hiyo pesa imetoka at least kila mtu. Hata kama itamsaidia mahali but at least kuna kenye itamshikia hata kama ni kidogo.
So in each and every group we always advise for them to have a constitution. A constitution basically draws down the guidelines, the rules that the Chamaa should have to help them have that shared vision, respect and discipline in the group. So a constitution first helps lay out the ground rules for the Chamaa, and not only the ground rules but all the rules that should be followed in a Chamaa, because you can't run a group without writing it down, because when you write it down in form of that constitution, you find that at the end of it, all of them will sign, and everyone in that Chamaa will sign showing that I agree to these rules that are set and I will follow them to help our Chamaa grow. So one thing with the constitutions, they are not cast on stone. There is, we work closely mostly with the social development experts from the government to help draft that constitution, to help the group, so that it is not a constitution that is that doesn't promote inclusivity and equality within the group. So working with the social development persons help the groups that we are working with understand clearly. These are our regulations, we need to honor them and we own them, so that it doesn't look like it's a top-down approach where the rules are imposed on us, but it is something that we collectively agree on, and we agree that this is what we are going to do.
Tuko na katiba yetu ya chama na inasema each and every year tunafanya elections. So tulifanya election kama kikundi na nikachaguliwa kama chair.
Yeah. Election ilikuwa lini?
Election ilikuwa January this year. Yes.
Ule mwenye alikuwa kwa ofisi mbele yako yuko ama alichomoka ama he's still part of you?
Nilikuwa kwa ofisi mbele yangu ako kwa chama, even though sio official sahi lakini bado ako kwa group. This group was started in 2020 and we've conducted a number of elections. From 2020, that is like 5 of them, which is done yearly. And during the elections, we call officers from Social Development Office that conduct the elections for fairness, so that we don't have these issues of biasness in the group.
In Kisumu, they say fish rots from the head, and so it is with Chamas. Leadership defines destiny. Too often, members see each other only as friends instead of focusing on the vision and objectives of the group. This opens the door to poor leadership. How do we end up with bad officials? Elections. When members vote based on popularity instead of accountability, trust is broken and progress stalls. So how can Chamas fix this? By choosing leaders with integrity, vision, and the courage to serve.
So in the Constitution, one key thing that we are very keen on is the elections in the group. And previously I talked about the social development experts from the government. We work with them because the social development expert acts as a neutral voice for the group, and with the expertise that they have in dealing with groups, they can actually guide the groups to get leaders in terms of looking at their strengths, the strength that each and every member of that group has. And it also helps them formulate that part of the Constitution in the sense that elections should be done regularly, not that once elected, no one can get you out of office, but also to giving that neutral voice, and also in the process looking at the strengths, weaknesses of each and everyone and helping them grow in that space, because these are chamas. These are people that maybe someone has a class, dropped out of school. So in terms of education, we can say that all of them have degrees, and that doesn't mean that there are no chamas with people with degrees and in workplaces. There are those kind of chamas. So when you look at mostly the dynamic of the youth chamas and the chamas within the informal settlements, they have that dynamic of their education level might not be that high. So when this person comes in, it makes them realize that I have this strength, and the social development person also helps them to strengthen their skill capacity, enhance that level so that they can actually take up the leadership, and then they also accept the mentorship that comes with the social development person being there.
This has been a good lesson. See you after the break. Welcome back. With strong leadership, a shared vision, disciplined savings, and smart investments, chamas can thrive. They can create wealth, opportunity, and hope for generations to come.
So as the chairman, please, will you take us through the activities of your chama? Mnaelekea wapi? What is your vision?
Okay. Okay. Our chama, we have a vision that is to have a group that is empowered, the youth, because majorly we have youth and women that are the chama. So we are looking forward to empower the youth and women through giving them soft loans once the biashara yao. Yes, because we do savings and loaning, and that is where now we get our funds now to start our own businesses.
Na nikuulize, ile siku mmekutana, ile pesa mingi mmeipata per week, ile mingi inachezea wapi?
Saa zingine inakuwa tunamoka.
Sisi ni watu wazuri, watu wa chama.
Tunaweza toa hata 30, lakini 30,000 saa zingine.
Na saa zingine? Saa
zingine tunatoa kama ni kidogo 10,000. Kulingana kama saa zingine mtu anataka loan. Si lazima urudishe, make sure umeclear your loan ndio tena unaweza toa loan nyingine.
Na nini nafanya? Kuna wakati pesa nyingine iko juu, wakati mwingine imeshuka chini. What could be the issue?
Wakati kuna pesa ziko chini, like kila mtu ako na loan. Sasa hakuna mwenye atachukua loan. Sasa tunakuwa tu loan paid, wanarudisha loan. Kwa unapata iko chini. Lakini kama niko maybe ninataka loan for example ya 5,000 na nimebaki na balance ya 3,000. It have to ni clear 3,000 ndio unapata ina shoot hivyo.
Challenges gani unapitia kama treasurer na unataka tu solve aje?
Challenges zenye napitia kama treasurer.
Ni ofisi hatari?
Ni hatari. Challenges zenye napitia kama treasurer, but uzuri members wangu ni wazuri. Challenges ziko, hakuna challenge penye hakuna mahali penye hakuna challenges. Lazima kila kitu iko na challenges. So challenges unaweza pata hiyo pesa imetoka. Alafu ikishatoka by the time hiyo pesa imetoka, muandike. Utapata maybe mtu ameandika pesa anasema pesa imetoka, wakati mnapiga hesabu napata pesa iko less. Unaona? Maybe mtu aliandika pale kwa kitabu, lakini mkipiga hesabu napata pesa iko less.
Ama pengine wewe treasurer ulijipea loan na hukuambia members mwaifanya hivyo?
Sijaifanya. Hapana. Sasa kwa hiyo hesabu, wakati unapiga hesabu mnapiga back, unapata mko maybe hata kitu less ya 200, 100 hapo.
Your problem naona inaweza solviwa aje?
Sasa ni problems kama hizo, kitu kama mimi hapo kwa group yetu ya Giants, kwa tunakaa chini. Tunapaka tupige hesabu yote tuone iko aje. Na kama ni ngumu, watu wenye wamekuwa kwa hiyo meeting wote watapigwa fine, so that hiyo pesa ifanye nini? Irudishwe.
When I look at Giants engagement youth group, where they are looking at their books and where they are right now, and as the treasurer said, they are not in a bad place, but still they can do better, because we are seeing ka 200 inakuwa lost mahali, ka 100, and now you see it's so unfair for everyone in the chama to take responsibility, na maybe si wewe ndio ulipoteza hiyo pesa. I think what they need to do, and also other chamas can consider, to reduce, maybe that happens because of the workload of the treasurer. To reduce that workload, I think they should be getting someone to do the data entry for the chama. And another thing that I can also encourage them to do, just as we said, let them digitize. Yeah, because in the digital, venye tulisema tu ya kwanza, when you're sending your money via online, they have those pop-up messages. You can't lie that you paid and yet you didn't pay. And also something that we've encouraged different chamas to do is having mini audits. You know, when people think of audit, they think of, oh, huyu mtu anataka kuona venye tumepoteza do and all. No, we are discouraging that. We are telling them, encouraging an internal audit. We encourage the chamas to have a personal auditor of the group within the group, yeah, to help them know, okay, here is where we are, here is the area that we are going wrong, and here is how to correct it. That is what we tell chamas. Audit is not to look at pesa imepotea nini. So we encourage them to have the mini audits.
Savings, the lifeline of a chama, and yet one of its biggest killers. Why? Because without discipline and consistency, the foundation weakens, and a group that doesn't save together cannot grow together.
Yes.
Hayo bwana.
I'm good.
Nimefika the city of English.
Karibuni sana, tumewatamani sana. Amazing.
Asante. Naona uko na hizi za kuona note ama za kuchocha. Ningetaka ututake through ndio sisi tumeingia huku. Tuone vile mambo iko.
Amazing. So karibuni kwanza hapa Kondele Ward. Mimi ni Franklin Okwe. Natoka hapa Giant Engagement Youth Group. Na tunafurahi sana kukuwa na nyinyi Chamaa Show from NTV. It's amazing. Tumewatamani sana na finally you are here and we are really glad to have you here. So vile nimesema, my name is Okwe Franklin and I'm the secretary of Giant Engagement Youth Group. Kazi yangu kubwa ni kunakili vitu na kuweka record straight and also to help like in communication or to the members na also our partners. So hapa Giants tuko na vitu mingi sana zina go on. So kama hii kitabu mnaona hapa, hii ni yetu ya savings and loaning.
Passbook.
Passbook for savings and loaning.
Hii ni ya Matete.
Yeah. So these are one of the records zenye mimi nasaidia kukeep. So kwa hii group yetu, as the secretary, I have a lot of work like to keep the records and like also to communicate with the members vitu zinafanyika hapa. But vile mnaona hapa bado tuko na other challenges.
Hata kabla tufika kwa challenge, kuuliza kiongozi. Nimesikia na chairman mlianza 2021. Ulianza na wao ama ulijoinia katikati?
Mimi personally sikuanza nao. Nilijoin hapo katikati. Ndio nikawapata kama wameanza hii safari.
Kumaanisha mbele yako kulikuwa na secretary mwingine?
Mbele yangu there was another secretary.
Were you able to access zile vitu ambazo zilikuwa zimewekwa pale kama data, ama ulisema tu nimeingia nitaanza kimimi?
Oh, kwa hapa I think those are one of the problems tuna face juu ni ngumu sana kumanage change. Juu unapata the previous secretary akitoka anatoka na like some of the records. So inakuwa hard to like pick exactly penye walianza. But so nikiingia naanza na ingine mpya, but kuna records kidogo but not all the records in the previous office holder alikuwa nazo napata. Yeah.
So ungetaka nini ifanyike ndio mambo kama yasifanyike tena?
Saizi vile mnazawana saizi tunatumia hizi passbook na ni unwritten. So tunaweza penda sana like how tunaweza digitize hizi records zetu. Nizikuwe like mtu mwingine akitoka the records are there. So hata mimi nikitoka next kuna secretary mwingine za follow up on kazi nilikuwa nafanya. Yeah.
For Giants youth group, in terms of record keeping, they are not in a bad place. We've seen worse than this. But just to encourage them, like the concerns that they have in terms of communications and the concerns of some of the records getting lost. So you're a new secretary, you come into office, there are some records that are missing. So we need now to, you know, go help them to go to the next stage, which is digitizing their records. But that we only do for groups who want that, because as you know, not all the groups that we are dealing with are for young people, you know, because the digital era mostly favors the young people, and not everyone, especially in the informal settlements, have like a smartphone or something. But for the secretary, venye naongea nakaa mtu amesoma, hata umemsikia Steve. So it should be something that they are considering, digitizing their records. And that I know they will need capacity strengthening on how to digitize their records. And also there is need for exploring, you know, these mobile apps that, you know, can easily give you like those alerts.
Fine, watu wakichelewa ama kuna mambo ya tabia kwa chama.
Yeah.
Fine yenu mnachezaga
Fine
kama
yetu,
dunga pia.
Mtu kama amechelewa lateness, tunaikanga 20 bob. Akikuja maybe amekuja meeting lakini amekuja late kama meeting amepata kama meeting inaendelea. Hiyo tunamfine 20 bob. Alafu akituma apology, alituma pesa yake lakini hakuwa pia kwa group, tunampiga fine of 50 bob. Pesa yake imeingia lakini hajakuja.
Amekata.
Si pesa ndio tunataka hapa, hata hiyo idea yako ni ya muhimu kwa group. So tunampiga fine of 50 bob. Na akisipotuma totally tunampiga fine of 100 juu aku communicate. Sasa tujue maybe amedharau kikundi. Sasa tunamweka fine of 100.
Kabla tumalize, mko na miradi kama hii pesa, kuna savings nini structure, mnapanga kufanya nini na pesa yenu hapo mbele?
Kitu tunapanga kufanya na pesa yetu hapo mbele, for example sasa hivi kuna viti 100. Lakini sasa hapo mbele kama sisi Giants tunatamani kama tunaweza ongeza viti zingine tukue hata kitu na 200, tuongeze tent hata ile 100 200 120 seater, tupate public system so that at least inaweza tuinua.
Mnakuwa watu kama events. Unajua kule Nairobi mimi tunafanya kazi ya MC. Kwa hivyo mkienda nayo safari, the next time tunakuja hapa itawa-advise pia maoni ya chama. Si ndio? Okay, sawa. So let's hear what our expert will tell us, kama mambo ya pesa upande iko sawa ama kuna mali wamelegea ama kuna mali watapigwa boost ikifika ni mambo ya knowledge. Stay tuned.
And one other thing that we have been keen to look at is this: they have shares, they have fines. Those are the things that they need to use to enhance investments. Because as we are talking about not only savings, not only loaning, but if you are encouraging, like let's say loaning mtoto wangu ameenda shule, it's good, yes, but in the long run it's not sustainable, yeah. So you know these shares, the fines, umeona hizo fines ni zinatengeneza do hapo. So how can they now take these fines and these shares to now think beyond savings and loaning to investing? What they've said, they want to start an event company. That doesn't start eti umeamka leo and you have it. You start small with the little that they have. And it shows even from what they are saying, they have chairs, 100, that's good. But this can also be encouraged, like waendelee kufanya hivyo ndio wakuwe na more.
Okay, kwa chama yetu tuko na a number of activities. One being the project of seats. Tuko na viti 100. Tunafanya conical garden, tuko na kashamba ingine kadogo hapo. Tunapanda hizi mboga hizi. Yeah, so tuko na pia waste management, tunafanya waste management in that tunachukua hizi ma waste kwa households, then tunasanya pamoja. Kuna different types of waste. Kuna hizi machupa tunauza, the organic tunatumia kwa shamba.
Vile kitu ili to drive tukaanza ni demand. Tuliona demand ya viti iko cause unapata hapa sana hapa hii area yetu ya Kondele, masherehe ni mingi, harusi, matanga. Saa zingine hizi vikundi zingine hazina viti pia wanaweza chukua. So tuanze itulete kitu. Vile tulianza kitu moja tulinunua at 800 shillings. So hizi viti huwa tunahaya at 10 shillings in a week ama pa so far in 2 years tumetengeneza around 96,000 from hizi viti. So tunawish kama tunaweza kuwa na viti mingi, tunaweza tengeneza more of which inatusaidia because most of us are unemployed. So hizi viti ndio tunategemea sana. So that's why tunatamani kama tunaweza pata other things in a support, tunaweza kuwa mahali kama youth na tunaweza support hii society.
And when savings are in place, the next challenge arises: investment. Too often, decisions are rushed, made without research, without patience, and without a clear plan. The results? Losses, frustration, collapse. But it doesn't have to be this way.
Okay, so specifically today I want to talk about investments in Chamas. And you find that most Chamas, they just start businesses because they are seeing another Chama or another person doing it, not understanding the dynamic and why they decide to do the specific business that they have chosen to do. So my advice to Chamas is that we need to do a market analysis on what is the need of that community that you are in. And is it something, when you are structuring your business, is it something that is viable in that area? When you've done that, then now we go to crafting a very detailed, comprehensive business plan so that you have a plan on how you are going to achieve this vision that you are having, so that your savings is purposefully directed to a specific investment that you want to do. For example, let's take Giants. Giants, they've said if they can get funding to have a PA system and also to have what else, catering unit, they can move to the next level. That means it needs to be something that they've, look at the scope, they've looked at their competitors, and they've seen their niche and the uniqueness that they are bringing on board in terms of their business. And if, God willing, in 2 years we come back here, we need to see, them moving that vision they have, because they have a clear business plan and a roadmap to where they are headed to.
Habari zenu, my name is Jaywini Akinya and I'm a 20-year-old citizen living in Kisumu County. I'd like to address our able governor, Mr. Anyang' Nyong'o, and to our president. I'm a suffering servant of this country, and I'd like to be helped by you people. Actually, I'm in this Chama known as Giants, and I'm money counter 1. But in this money counter 1, I can't run it without counting the money. Chama is all about money, and I can't be counting nothing but money. So I'd like the government to come together and see how they can help us as young youths who are looking for ways to survive here and there, so that in the near future we can have something to lean on, something to fight for, something that can mentor other people and can help us in the near future. Thank you. And to NTV, you are doing a wonderful job. I'm proud to be part of this. In fact, this is my dream, to see myself in a television, come back again, and I'll still be here, and I know I'll be great, like the Giants, till we meet again.
So, We don't want our Chamas lifeline to be 3 years. So if you are a Chamai, you're out there, you're struggling with finance issues, governance issues, livelihood investment issues, please, you're not alone. Shark Dwellers International Kenya is here to help. And I think I'll just share the number. Let me just take my phone so that I can share with you our numbers so that you can reach us. The number is 020-78-40031. I'll repeat again, 020-784-0031. You're not alone. We are here with you, and don't struggle while we are still here.
Till next week, you can reach us on our number below and follow us on all social media platforms. Chamaa Show, empowering communities for sustainable wealth and economic resilience.